Hello everybody and welcome back to Developing with Mel. My name is Mel and I am a developing medium, which means that I am learning and studying and practicing to become a professional medium. I made this YouTube channel so that other mediums who are developing and learning could follow along and see that they are not alone in some of the things that happen as you're learning and developing to become a medium. So if that is something that you are interested in, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Or if it's something that you just want to follow me along on my journey, I appreciate that as well. In today's Media Monday, I'm going to be talking about a reading that I gave. That at first the information was flowing really well, and then it felt like it just stopped, and I had to pull the information down. I felt like the reading had been a failure. But then at the end, I got a wonderful, sweet message from my sitter, and we're going to go over all of that today. Stay tuned. So I try to get in as many practice readings as I can fit into my schedule. And I did one this past Friday, and it was amazing at first, and then it felt like the information stopped. Like I couldn't see anything else, I couldn't feel anything else, I didn't know anything else. But I knew that her family member was still there. I knew they were right here. And I kept asking, what else? What else? Is there anything else? Everything just stopped. And I wanted to make this Media Monday today to ask you guys, what do you do when that happens? When you're in the flow and things are going great, and then it just stops and you feel like you have to pull and pull and pull. So when the reading began, I do what I always do to start my reading, and the energy was up and going, and it was going so great. And my sitter was yes, yes, yes to the things that I had said. And I even had a clear vision. I'm very clairvoyant, so a lot of my readings are through my third eye. I can see the visions most of the time. It's a vision that I see. I do hear and know things, but 90% of the time it's clairvoyantly. So I was able to see in the hospital room when she was passing away. And I specifically saw two women sitting there holding her hand. The family member that had passed away was unconscious. And so the person I was sitting for, it was one of the questions she wanted to know is if her family member that passed away had heard those things that were being said. And I got great validation that she heard. Not only that she heard, but that she knew that both of the women in the room were holding her hand and they were telling her different things at the same time. So my sitter, my client, she was telling her family member that it was okay to go. And the other woman holding her hand was telling her, please don't go, I'm not ready yet. And that was great validation for my client, for my sitter, to know that, yes, that her family member was really there giving me the information because nobody else was in the room and nobody else would know that. And I could describe the room to like where the bed was, where the window was, the color of the sheets. And so I had that come through and flow through so well. And then it felt like it stopped. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I kind of had like a panic moment, but my training and my development told me that take a breath, calm, release, and just put your energy back up and try again. And that's what I did. And I felt some more information, but it felt like I had to pull it down. I don't know how to explain that. If you're a developing medium, you're going to know what I mean, but you felt like you had to pull it. You felt like you had to just ask and pull down the energy closer to you to get it. And so that went on for about 2 or 3 more minutes, maybe 5. And I had advised my client that I would conclude the reading right here since I didn't want to keep pulling and forcing things. If it doesn't come naturally, if it doesn't flow naturally, I don't like to keep the reading going. I feel like I'm BSing, I feel like I'm pulling and struggling. If it doesn't come free flowing and naturally, I do tend to cut my readings off. And she understood and everything was okay. Now, during the reading, she was yes and agreeing to things and saying things, but at some points she didn't understand or she didn't know. And I continued with the reading and I kept going. And so then once we cut it off, I thanked her, which I thank all of my clients. I love practicing. I love getting the feedback. And so she loved the reading and she gave me great feedback about the things that I said and the things that rang true. So then our session stopped and I went on about my day. And probably an hour later, I got a long message from her. And I thought, oh, this is great. I love getting feedback from my clients because it helps me develop. Whether it's good, bad, and different, I love getting the feedback. I love hearing from you guys as well about the feedback on my videos. So I'm very much somebody that can accept criticism and I like to have it to make myself better. So I thought, oh, this is so great. She's going to give me some criticism and I'm going to be able to grow and learn from this experience. Well, the message, I almost wanted to cry. So she thanked me so profusely and had to apologize for her because during the reading, when I was describing being in the hospital room, her mind kind of shut off because nobody else knew this. And it was something extremely significant to her. And so when I was giving the reading, I've been trying to work on how to get names. And I had a name. And I had an initial and I gave that. And at first she's, oh, I'm not sure. Well, her mind was so excited and so clamored with happiness about me talking about the hospital room that she wasn't quite thinking right. And the name I said was right and the initial was right. And she wanted to tell me that. And she wanted to give me strength. She wanted to tell me that I am strong in names and I shouldn't doubt myself, which I know that I do. And as mediums, we need to build ourselves up. And I was so thankful for that. But the rest of the message was also giving me, okay, this was right, and you didn't acknowledge that, and this was right, and I can't believe how amazing you did. I haven't had a medium ever explain that hospital room scenario to me, and I've gone to a few mediums, and you're the first that has ever explained it or saw it in detail like that, and it kind of just shut my mind off. So the fact that she came back and sent me that message meant everything in the world to me. It's the whole reason I started this. I want to help people and bring that healing and bring those amazing messages forward. So if you are in a reading where it's flowing and then all of a sudden it stops and you feel like you're pulling, I would suggest, taking a step back, getting a breath and seeing if you can't get that flow again. And then if you cannot, just explain to your client that you're not receiving any more information. But I don't want that to be something that scares you, because I made this Medium Monday because I want you to see that your client is still receiving the healing just by you being there, just by you offering that practice reading and giving that information, no matter how little or big or large or small or grand it is. Just you offering your service, just you being there is healing and helping to them. So your readings don't have to be full of magic and flow and unicorns and rainbows. Just the little bit of information that comes through. You don't know, that could have been the one thing that they have been dying to hear about and you've brought it through. So when your mediumship turns off in the middle of a reading or you feel like you're just stopped, look at it this way. What if the information that flowed and you gave was what your client needed and they didn't need to make anything else flow because you gave your client the healing that their family member wanted to bring to them? I thought about that afterwards, and I thought about that after she sent me that message. I thought I had failed, and I was so upset. I wanted to reach back out to her and offer her another practice reading at another time. But then I received that message from her, and it just put so much into perspective. And I hope that this Medium Monday has done the same for you. I hope that has put some things in perspective, and so you can see that other mediums, it happens to all of us. It's something that as we learn and develop and grow, it's going to continue to happen to all of us. But you're not alone, and there is a lesson to be learned in every single reading that you give. You are always learning and growing with this ability, with this mediumistic ability. There's always something to learn from every reading. I appreciate my client that sent me that amazing, sweet message of thanks and kindness. I appreciate that she sent me that strength and that encouragement. So to all of you out there, keep going. Don't let those things discourage you, and just take it as a lesson, or sit back and take it as feedback and how you can improve later. I hope you guys all found some great value in this video, in this Medium Monday. I hope you all have a great, happy, and healthy day, and I'll see you guys in the very next video for Developing with Mel. Have a great day, my lovely friends.